Unless we get this recovery, we're done. Oh my lord. Things have just happened. What is going on, guys? We're back with another video, and we're doing a fantasy rebuild of the Washington Redskins. And we've used updated rosters, and we used a better roster, in my opinion. And here it is, of course, with Darius Guys at an 82 overall. Let's take a look at the little stat line. If this is what he's like in 19, he will be some sort of boss. I don't know the ages of all these players. I'm not going to worry about them, though, because I'm assuming other teams will be able to take advantage of a young rookie as well. Now, we're looking at the receiving options, and honestly, not that bad because they're very young. We have Josh Doctson and Crowder both being 24 years old. Obviously, real life might be 25, maybe 26. Paul Richardson, they overpaid a ton for Paul Richardson. He's 25, definitely going to replace him. Of course, this is a fantasy style, so I can trade pretty much anyone I want to, and you best believe these running backs are being traded. Thompson and Kelly probably get traded. P. Ryan stays. Offensive line, looking obviously to keep Sheriff and Trent Williams for the rest of the rebuild. Same with Jared Davis. Vernon Davis. Jared Davis. Where did that come from? Jordan Reed. Okay, and then Vernon Davis I will definitely be looking to trade. Linebacking core, Kerrigan. He's 29 years old. Stats aren't even that great. Definitely looking to trade him. Pernell McPhee, looking to trade him. Zach Brown, I will keep. 27's a little old, but it's fine for me. Might even turn this team into a 4-3 as we have Jonathan Allen, who is a little slow, but still could probably get it done. Doron Payne, what is his stat line looking like? He's actually very fast, so we could have Doron Payne at right end and Jonathan Allen at defensive tackle. Same with Iodonis. So we would just need one pass rusher, maybe even keep Kerrigan, who knows. This team has a little bit of trade value. I will say the one move I do not like at all is them trading away Kendall Fuller for Alex Smith. Obviously, I think they also lost a draft pick out of it. Probably looking to trade Alex Smith. I want somebody with potential. I will say, though, if I don't touch any of these players, hey, we might not have to worry about making the playoffs. This team might be playoff bound already. Of course, they're signing Dez and Jonathan Hankins. Don't think there's really anyone else we would want to get here. Maybe Navarro Bowman, just in case. Just in case. You never know. Probably plays in a mean right outside linebacker. Look at all the good players here. Sharif Floyd's a free agent. I mean, it's all fantasy. It's a fantasy rebuild, so what you gonna do, sue me? Also, I know the name seems really stupid because try to go with the whole racist thing and put Redskin. Yeah, sorry. Don't judge me, okay? I've been through so much. Kenny Vaccaro. Kenny Vaccaro's not bad at 26, but Trey Boston I think would be a better starter. We'll see, because there's this is one of the best free agency cores I've seen in a long time. So I might end up be looking to keep most of those players that we just signed. And yeah, I know that the English there was perfectionate. So I'm not going to get rid of Alex Smith until I know I have some sort of quarterback option. And that's pretty much obviously going without saying. But still, you just never know. You just don't want to trade. Because Alex Smith is still a decent overall, at least. He'll probably do well in Sim. Not really a QB for the future, but Sim probably gets it done for a couple of years. I really want to get Sam Darnold, or should I say Colt Cruz, but I don't think it's going to happen. But number 4 overall is worth a lot. But either way, Paul Richardson, Nicholson in a first round for Aaron Rodgers. It's been a while since I've been able to do something like that. So it's kind of, refreshing to go that route again. Here, Drake Kerrigan, Settle, and a 3rd round for Julio. Wide receiving core is getting a bit insane. Honestly, not expecting to re-sign Bryant, but I think this is the roster. We have 2 big man receivers with Crowder in the slot. And then Josh Doctson, I think we will trade. If we're going to go with a new wide receiver in the future, it would probably be a rookie. So I think we did a very good job there. I mean, call it a 50-50, call it what you want, but I think it was a good move. Now that we did get rid of our boy Kerrigan, we will be looking. Ooh, I should have. Nah, Mike Evans is almost impossible to trade for. Got to look for a pass rusher on the outside. Will we be able to? Honestly, I don't really know where we would go. Like, Von Miller is 28. We don't really want the 28 squad, do we? Could go back to the Falcons for a pass rusher. You do have Jabal Sheard from the Colts, but he's old as hell as well. Everyone's 20-8. Vic Beasley's an 80 overall on this roster. Holy crap, he's done. Tack McKinley, though. Straight up trade? Pretty close. Is it worth going with Tack McKinley? I mean, kind of fun new guy that we normally never go with. I guess so. Doxson in a 5th round for McKinley. Not really a trade that... Well, I guess to be fair, losing Julio does make a little bit of sense for them. I guess that's the pass rushing core. I mean, I'm not really a huge fan of what we've done there, but Doron Payne is pretty fast. I know he's a big man, but pretty fast, so he can obviously get it done. Next move is probably a corner. And the Lions usually aren't super easy to trade with either, but for some reason, they love to let Darius Slay go. 26-year-old Darius Slay goes for Pernell McPhee, Thompson, and a 2nd-round pick this year, which leaves us with our best pick being a 4th-round pick at the moment. So we trade Alex Smith, Hogan, and a 7th round for the Bears pick. However, the problem with trading a quarterback, at least a decent one for a draft pick, is it automatically makes them better. The Bears go from 76 overall Trubisky to 88 overall Alex Smith, which I think does kind of make them a bit of a contender. So might have shot ourselves in the foot with that one, but it happened. It's already done. I would assume the safeties will be Swearinger at strong, Trey at free. 2 lockdown cornerbacks. Of course, I'll be looking to get rid of Scandrick. Fabian Moreau, might move him to safety and see if he has any value there. Linebacking core, I love Zach Brown as a starter. Maybe Preston Smith stays at outside. And then, of course, we need a new replacement elsewhere. DTs, it really sucks because I don't want to get rid of Sharif Floyd, but at the same time, he will not literally will not play. So the Rams are interested in a trade. Not exactly sure I'd get off the Rams. So at this point, we have gotten rid of every single pick this year except for our first and sixth. Well, not first, but except for a first and a 6th-round pick. Scandrick, afford this, and Spate for Quentin Nelson. And I think that's a really good trade in all fairness. So I'm not mad at all about it. Just going to have to make some more trades to get back some of our picks. And I call them Robbie Anderson, even though his name is Ryan. Obviously, that's something I'm going to do from time to time. Don't worry about it. So even with the new improved Browns, I still think they're probably going to be a bad pick or a good pick for us. Mason Foster and Christian for the 1st-round pick of the Browns. Robert Kelly and Bibbs for a 1st-round pick. I mean, that pretty much settles our 1st-round picks this year. Look at this. Look at this. Are we serious? Vernon Davis, Morgan Moses, and a 1st-round next year for Bobby Wagner. Team's starting to develop nicely. I will say I'm worried about the pass rush. It's going to be Doron Payne and McKinley on the outside. Interior will be pretty nice, but interior isn't what gets you wins, although it does help a lot. Floyd and a 6th round for Conklin. If you try to trade for Taylor Lewan, it'll cost you twice as much, which makes literally no sense. Very old man, but he's a good overall. There we go. So we obviously have to release some names here. I don't know if our salary cap situation is bad because of trading all of these players off. There's some guys here, obviously, that we don't have to worry about their pens because the team that we traded them from obviously took care of them. That's why it's a fantasy after all. I just wonder if I actually screwed this team over because if you think about it, at the moment, we're kind of looking at a rough situation with cap already. But this is the roster. We might have to sign some backups. Probably. Center's all broken. Quentin Nelson shouldn't even be on the right side. I don't know what the hell's going on here. We'll fix that in a moment. But that's the offense. Looking pretty good. I mean, we have Julio Jones, Des Bryant at the 2, and then Crowder. So, I mean, with Rodgers, that should easily be an MVP season or very close. Defensive tackles. The game pretty much has my thoughts almost. Doron Payne at left end. McKinley at right end. Corners. Best cornerback core in the league. Safeties. Iffy. Definitely iffy. Linebacking core. I don't know why the game always changes my lineup, but we'll fix that in a moment as well. And yeah, I mean, this should be an easy playoff season, right? Also, you guys should let me know what... this is what I'm looking to get. I don't know if it's possible to do, but for offense, I want to get 3 1,000-yard receivers. I don't care if there's a primary guy that gets 1,500 or 2,000. I want all 3 to get 1,000, and I want the running back to get 1,000. Is there a playbook like that other than spread? Usually what I do is I just rock Dallas, because that's usually what gets me there, or very close to. So let me know if you know the answer to that question. So normally for the fantasy rebuilds, I usually don't scout a whole lot on my own, but I think because we went with a little bit of an older route this time, not that they're completely elderly and it's time to quit, but we definitely went with an older route in my opinion, so we're probably going to have to scout a few more weeks than I normally would like to. Let's take a look at the draft story. So, of course, wide receiver Darius Cunningham and looks like an offensive lineman, Derek Mulligan. So this Cunningham guy, if he's truly a wide receiver, could be huge for us because Des Bryant not looking like he'll stay. Oh, my God, a 6'3". Yeah, Des Bryant after that. Oh, and a tight end. Well, actually, I don't really care. I don't know why I was so excited about that. 6'7". There you go. This Chris Kirby guy looks insane. He's a late first. Sadly, we don't really need a tight end on this roster. But hey, you know, who knows? Cornerback, I think, is another big issue. Sadly, there's not much here, so we're definitely going to be looking into the deeper rounds. So we have some re-signings. Zach Brown, we pretty much gave him the keys to the truck. Keys to the team, at least. And cap space is already really low. Zach Brown obviously deserves the contract. Matthew Paradis, Iodonis. He's not a bad name, and he actually is an insane move to re-sign here. But if we're going to re-sign one of the DTs that's in question, it would probably be Jonathan Hankins. Left outside linebacker Aki Boone joins the exclusive club of Heisman-winning linebackers. Even though that says defensive players. Do we want to get Ioannidis? What is his name? Ioannidis. Let me go. I don't want none of this. I mean, he's a good player, decent pass rusher. He has two different styles, which really doesn't matter, but we do not have the money for that. Take a look at linebackers. I don't know what our picks are. Hopefully it's 1, 2, and 3, because if not, our cap situation is terrible. Boone is a pass rusher. I would not really be too interested in him, to be honest. Last game of the week, Simmed. What do we have? We have no bye week. We lost. That really sucks. So someone regrets. Who was it? Probably the punter or something. Tressway, whatever. I'll show you the season, though. Boom! 12-4, 12-4, 11-5. The Eagles actually robbed the Cowboys at the very last week for the division. If we would have won that game, I'm kind of curious to see, would we have been the division? Would we have been the division leaders? So let's see. NFC East. Redskins, divisional wins. Honestly, don't know. I really don't know. We would have won. We'd have been 4-2. Did we beat the Eagles twice? Played Dallas playbook all season. We lost to the Eagles. I don't know why I said played them twice. Did we win twice? I honestly don't know. I think it goes by obviously wins, then it goes division wins, then it goes by win-loss. Then I think it goes for points for, right? Because they seem to have a pretty good one, so hopefully they had more than us. Yeah, we would not have won because they have better points for and better points against. Still, an amazing season for everyone in the division. Even the Giants at 8-8. Rodgers was the MVP, as we kind of figured. A lot of picks. 5,000, almost 5,100 yards. 42 touchdowns, 24 picks. Rushing 3.2 per carry. That is terrible. Geis was garbage, honestly. Almost 4 1,000-yard receivers. Des Bryant at number 2 had 1,000 with 4 touchdowns. Julio Jones, 1,400 with 12 touchdowns. And Crowder with 1,145 with 8 touchdowns. And then Reed, 952, but 15 touchdowns. A really good season for the receiving core. O-line was pretty solid. Sack totals, come on. Yes, that's all I mean, Doron Payne at 9.5, not bad, but that's all I wanted was McKinley to do really well. Did very well. And then we can see here Wagner obviously dominated as well. 7 picks. Probably Defensive Player of the Year. Kicking, Hopkins was pretty bad. Tressway, I don't even know why he regressed. He was 1.1 under where he was supposed to be. Crowder had 1 kick return touchdown. So once again, like I said, great season. Offensive yardage, number 1 in the league. Dallas playbook is not bad. Defense, however, 24. Dallas playbook is not bad because the Cowboys made the playoffs at 12-4, and their roster isn't even that great. Don't know what it is, but the Cowboys playbook is that glitchy move. So offensive player of the year, Rodgers gets beat by Zeke, which really is more of a I don't want their players to do better, because Rodgers really wouldn't have gotten much. He would have gotten, what, 8K XP. Hundley, number 5 overall. Come on now. Bobby Wagner, Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Geis, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Really? Buda Baker and Reuben Foster were above 17.5 sack McKinley. That's kind of shocking. Either way, we got Offensive Rookie of the Year with a running back, which is actually really shocking. Like, I don't know how the hell we did that. First year as well. But, of course, we do have to play the Rams, I believe. It is the Rams. This is the XP we're looking at. So, Nelson did get a bunch of XP. Sadly, Conklin didn't. Neither did Sheriff. Receivers, no one really got anything crazy. Like I said, glad Geis got it, though. He's already a star running back. Defense, McKinley did pretty well. Payne had a decent bit of XP. So, definitely on the right track to already winning a Super Bowl year 1. So, once again, really didn't have a whole lot of XP, but this is the team. We will use our coach XP real quick, too. P. Ryan is the fullback. I don't know how the hell that was allowed to happen. But, of course, offensive line looking very good. Only guy that's really looking to retire is probably Whitworth. And he might stay a season. You never know. He might surprise us. Defense, obviously great. Linebacking core is pretty solid. Made up of some very prominent, nice, good-named linebackers. Bowman, Wagner, Brown. Safeties are very iffy. Trey Boston, let's take a look at his stat line. Or his ratings. So, 88 hit power, 87 speed, 88 zone, 25, 83 overall. Is there like, his tackling's a little low, his awareness is a little low. Just trying to check if there's any stats that could be upgraded instantly and turned into a great overall. He's the 13th ranked safety. Could get a re-sign if we have the opportunity. But yeah, very interested there. Doron Payne is an 89 overall DT, so that's something to think about when re-signing potentially Hankins or Adonis. And, of course, let's get the Coach XP done and play against the Rams. Could be a, year 1 Super Bowl. It's not like it's impossible. Definitely a doable thought. Hope for the best here. Come on. We're away teams. Of course, we're in the wild card. It's pretty much, unless we play the Cowboys. 92 overall with 85. Not bad, actually. But unless we play maybe the Cowboys or something, really probably not going to have a home game. But does that matter? Do we really want to play at Washington anyways? Yeah. It's actually huge. What are you guys talking about? Next quarter. Rodgers usually does very poorly in the playoffs for me, so hopefully that's not the case here. 7-3. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a decent start, quick score. But here, starting the second quarter, it's not looking so great. Down 17-7. Still down very much. Turning the ball over a lot, it might appear. Right before the half. Huge passing touchdown, though. Down by 6. Down by 12. Offense really struggling here, and this looks like it's going to be a loss year 1. And we get absolutely smashed. Once again, like I always say, Rodgers absolutely gets destroyed in the playoffs. And 14-43. Just completely dominated. It wasn't even close. It should have been, but it wasn't. Rodgers threw 3 interceptions. Nice. Good job. Geis actually had 4.4 on the ground, so not bad. Receiving, the highest receiving target total was 99 yards for Julio Jones. Cooper Kupp kind of did well. Defensively, sack total, 1 for McKinley, 1 for Donald. Picks, 1 for Akib, 1 for Ramik Slow Wilson and Marcus Peters. Quinn Dunbar was the pick on our side. Hopkins, definitely not going to get re-signed because he is horrendous. Missed both of his kicks in the postseason here. And then obviously missed, what, was it 8 kicks on 23 of the season? Absolutely horrendous. Terrible, terrible timing to be bad. But hey, Super Bowl MVP or NFL MVP goes down in the wild card round by like 30 pretty much. And the Jags and Saints are both in the Super Bowl. Do we have a All-Star MVP? So defenders had a hard time bringing Deshaun Pope down at the All-Star game. That's probably the closest. All right, EA, who the hell do you think you're? Who do you think you're trying to trick here? Barry Fitzgerald, Ron Haiti, like. And the Jaguars do win the Super Bowl. What is our cap situation here? We have Hankins, Dez, Giannis, Bowman, Trey Boston. Please be like 2030. And it is not. So We literally cannot sign anyone. I don't know where the hell the money is. So negative in funds of $3 million. We lost a lot of good players too. Hankins, Ioannis, Des Bryant. I'm not really too mad about Des, at least. He wasn't really a big name for us to lose. However, the biggest one I would say is Trey Boston. Trey Boston was a big name that I did not want to let go. Of course, not really in my control now, was it? Obi's there, and I'm not going to be able to afford him. Is there anyone I can cut to give us some money? I mean, it's not like he's insane, but Obi Melifonwu could definitely be developed by us. 74 overall, super steal there. Let's see if we have any money we can disperse of. I bumped Obi a little bit. I gave him literally minimum, and we had a little bit, just enough money to maybe push him up a little bit more. So there's that. 6.8 here looks slow as hell. 7.3. I mean, safety is definitely a thought now. Early first. This guy is an insane combine. Probably be worth the pick, but obviously that's not something we're willing to do. We're obviously not going in the early first for a player like that. Late first, however, Rashad McLeon. Kind of reminds me of Alion Anthony. I mean, it's debatable. It's a very big risk to try and get these types of players. Linebackers, we actually have some options here. A 3-4 pass rusher. He's a little slow, but he could replace Doron Payne. Le'Veon Robertson, a little on the older side, but I do like his potentials. He's got a great combine, but clearly not a great player. I mean, there's some decent linebackers here for sure. DT prototype, not bad. Then we have a 7.0 late first. If it wasn't 24, it'd probably be worth it, but 24 for a position we're not really too interested in is a little high. I will say mid-7th, Marvy Mays. Looks like a quick, maybe superstar dev type that probably would be worth going for. Come on, Obi. There was no offers on him. Yes, we got him for so cheap. We gave him a 7-year deal, which I think in end was worth like 10, 11 mil or something. Like, it was really cheap. It was like 1 mil a year. Damn, our cap situation was that bad, and we don't even have near the number 1. We do have 7, 8, and 11, though. Not bad. We do... Do we want Daniels? Like, Crowder, what is Crowder's overall? Because honestly, Crowder's future on the team could be nearing its end, because I believe he does need a contract this year as well. I mean, Crowder's a good overall, though. Yeah, we're probably going to get Daniels just to replace Crowder because his contract. So Kolten goes number 12 to the Seahawks. What a steal there for them. That's a really good move. I suppose, I mean, you have 2 safeties here. Rayback. I mean, one of his shown traits or skills is catching. Don't think that's really something we care about. McLeon is pretty good, though. Please, for the love of God, be decent. Slow dev. We grabbed a more potential Obi. I mean, call it what you want, slow dev. He's still got great potentials. I think he still starts. Call it a reach all you want. I think it's a great pick. Juan Cunningham is 4.74 is so slow. But we're going to take him. Normal dev. It says he's a 3-4 pass rusher, but clearly he's not. Is he a coverage guy? Man in zone is bad. So, I mean, he's technically a pass rusher, I guess. Or he's there anyways. Charlie Daniels should be a star. Slow dev. Okay. Slow dev. Still an amazing player. This draft is definitely not going the way we thought it would. So Crowder and a 4th next for the 3rd round pick from the Redskins. From the Redskins? The Seahawks. We are the Redskins. Should be able to get Purifoy here, which will be our number 2 wide receiver. Assuming he's there. The Bills end up with the running back who is bulked up, according to them. So this is going to be the steal of the draft. CJ Purifoy. Normal dev only, but 79 overall. 94 speed. 97 excel. Like I said, this would probably be the number 1 picked wide receiver in the draft. Supposed to go 20. Took him 76. 11th pick in the 5th round might be the spot we take him. Le'Veon Robertson. Quick dev. 76 overall only. Maybe he'll go up as a left out or something. I don't know. What's his zone coverage? Zone coverage is 78, so he is a very good coverage guy. Little old, like we said, but a great pick. Not really a fan of the way the devs worked out for us. Didn't even get a lineman. Didn't even draft a single lineman, which is bad because we have a couple of aging guys And more important, we don't even have a 5th starter. So free agency might be the route. McLeon was our highest pick, 74 overall. He is slow. However, if the rest of the talent around the team can help Obi and him develop, this could be the greatest safety core of all time. 2 6'4" safeties with a little bit of speed and hit power. That's deadly. Juan Cunningham is supposed to be a pass rusher. He's definitely not a coverage guy, so I would say we're going to put him on the training. He will play left or right end. We're going to get that power move up, I would say. What's his strength? 82 strength. I mean, that's not bad, I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a good draft. It's just the devs were terrible. I mean, Charlie Daniels looked like a clear-cut, quick, maybe even superstar dev. They gave him slow. He has like all these different bad traits. He's a good player, though, and he's fast, so he will play number 3. Then you have Purifoy, his normal dev. I think he should have been quick, but obviously another great player. Both 21, which is why you're kind of surprised to see those bad devs. Normally you'll at least see normal. Le'Veon Robertson, great coverage linebacker, just a little bit on the older side. It's all right, though. Derek Wright has potential as maybe a safety, so we'll see. And then Harvey Mays looks like he should be a starting DT. If he is, he might be able to move. We might be able to move one of our DTs already for him. And Keon Copeland, good cornerback. We knew he'd be good, but we already took too many people in the first round, in my opinion. Chris Kirby, the best tight end by far in the draft. Got themselves a great star, potentially. Rashad Chapman, a nice little speedy wide receiver, nowhere near as good as our guy. Of course, the dev is normal versus our slow, but nothing you can really do there. Bears take a QB, I'm not sure why. They got Darrell Griffin in the 2nd round. Slow dev, but once again, a great player. Like I said, kind of like a Everson Griffin type. Tavares Sharp, I knew he would be good, but can't go that high. And then number 9 overall, they took him. So they took a player number 2 and number 9. Fullback Neres, not bad. The Bills had an okay draft. Sherman Ogletree, a little bit of a steal here for the Broncos. A 2nd round pick, becoming a starting outside lineman for the pass rush is pretty surprising. Same right here, a really big steal with the Browns. Ross Dunn, very slow, but a great quarterback with superstar dev. That's a very rare sighting. Good job for the Browns. Polite, average player, a little on the slower side. And the Cardinals took Cunningham, number 1 overall. Like I said, I think Purifoy was the best wide receiver in the class. And even with his superstar dev, could pretty much agree with what I've said without a doubt, in my opinion. Heath Bono, nice lineman. Bryant Murray, okay tight end. Ross Brenner, good center. Ashley, quick dev. Ooh, this guy is better than our guy. Much better. Was good. He did go number 5 overall, but this guy completely slipped off my radar. To be fair, we didn't draft our coverage guy till the 6th round. Westmoreland, 76 overall. He went to the Falcons. How is that fair? Falcons go with an 81 zone, 88 speed, 89 excel, 85 agility linebacker. Wow, how is that fair at all? Derek Mulligan, superstar dev, but nowhere near as good as the Steelers guy, in my opinion. Dixon Briggs, a good pick by the Giants, apparently. Average stats, though, as a QB. Raybach, superstar dev. That's a miss. Totally had a miss there. We went with McLeon, and that was clearly the better guy. DT, Marquise Hobbs. Insane strength, good block shot and power move. 24, though. We drafted some starters, but I also think we did have a lot of bust-like players. But however, we do have a great starting core the way it is, which gives us a good chance. You know, it gives us a shot. And I like the way the team is going. We just need a damn lineman. So Quentin Nelson will be left guard. We'll get a new center maybe from free agency. Defensively, I like where we're at here. However, safety-wise, we're in an interesting spot. Cornerbacks are what they are. DTs, I think, are fine. How fast was Mays again? 73 speed. No. No. So I don't know what we do here because we grabbed a pass rushing type, Robertson. He's only a 76 overall right end, but he should be the left end with Payne being the starting DT. I really don't know, though. Maybe push Jonathan Allen out of the door. I don't know why we'd want to do that. He's superstar dev, and he's only 1 year in the league, but DTs, too many good ones. That's the problem here so far. He's a Quentin Nelson upgrade, or not Quentin Nelson, Quentin Dunbar upgrade. Desmond King, We'll take a look at his ability at safety in a moment. Let's go to Nick Chubb, but we could use a young backup. It's one of the best deals any team could ever get. Nick Chubb, they're semi-interested, not really though. So Ramchek is a 90 overall, and of course they take it straight up. Probably should have looked for something extra, but it is what it is. We got another great young lineman. I mean, this is pretty much the starting lineup if we can get these guys to stick. I hate when it auto-reorders. It pisses me off. We'll take a look at Cunningham at middle. Probably won't make the transition. Corners are still great. Safeties kind of upgrade. Defensive line also upgrades in my opinion. We just got to move Robertson to left end. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a similar team as last year, just a little bit younger, maybe a little bit better. So there really should be no reason to do worse. By the way, I keep saying Robertson, but he's actually the coverage linebacker. Yeah, that's a little more like it. I know he's probably a run-stopping type at the moment, but yeah, Cunningham is the guy we were talking about. I don't know why Robertson kept coming up. And we're simming to the playoffs. Are we in it? And we are with the MVP and the bye week. And here we have 8-8. 8-8-8-8. I don't know why I said it like that. 8-8 teams across the board. And I will show you guys. I normally don't really show you guys this stuff, but I didn't lose them any games. So I really don't know how, the Eagles go from Super Bowl contender to nothing. Same with the Cowboys. I can kind of see the Cowboys a little bit, but I don't see how. I'll show you guys if we didn't cheat, I suppose, but clearly if I didn't cheat them, I don't know why I would cheat myself. Well, I guess to be fair, I do want to win. But 13-3 season, not bad with Rodgers as two-time MVP. Nice. A little bit better, actually quite a bit better than last season. 200 more yards and like 13 less picks. Rushing, Darius Geis could be best running back. We'll see. 21 touchdowns, 13.28 for yards, 4.2 on average running. Not bad. Daniels did very well. Sadly, Purifoy with 90 catches did nothing. He could not pull a Des Bryant. Julio Jones was really good as the number one. Probably should have put Purifoy there. That really blows. But at least one of the guys is going to be good. Sucks as the slow dev guy, but it is what it is. Offensive line did very well again. Defensively, come on. Good sack total. McKinley was not nearly as great. Cunningham was terrible. Picks. Slay did very well. Wagner did just as well. Cleon with 3. That could be huge. And I don't know who the hell Harvey Clemens is, but he did okay. Rosas, 2 missed on 18 attempts. Much better than whoever, Dustin Hopkins. Charlie Daniels did very well in kick return game. Purifoy did okay in return of punts. And of course, punter Tressway was a little bit better than last season. Number 1 offensive yards again. Defensive 29 this time. What is this? Oh, God. Well, it says 4-3. It's just the wrong playbook. Meant to look at the awards first. Redskins. Geis was number 10. Maybe that means something. Who knows? We'll see. Rodgers, offensive rookie, or player of the year, not rookie. Geis at number 5. Defensive player of the year, Wagner at number 1. And Slay at 10. Offensive rookie of the year, Daniels at 2. Somehow number 2. I don't know how he is, though. McCleon did win defensive rookie of the year. Would have... I don't know if I'd rather have it Robertson, actually. It's kind of a questionable one. Geis at number 2. That sucks. Daniels was the best wide receiver, though. Offensive line. All 5 of our linemen did make the offensive line list. Defensive line, no. Wagner, best linebacker. Best DB, Slay at number 4. Best kicker, Rosas at 7. So, completely did that out of order because, hey, we didn't even get the wild card. We have the bye week, so I usually skip first. Falcons, okay, no Julio, 9-7. No McKinley. This is the XP. Conklin got the XP this year. Same with Ramchek. Quentin Nelson also did as well. Okay, good. Watt, I don't know what the hell, why he's even here. Purifoy did not really do too well with XP. However, Daniels did, luckily. Same with Geis. So, decent offense. Defense, however, McCleon, 22k XP. Maybe his dev went up. Not bad, I guess. Could have been worse. But yeah, let's use our XP all across the fronts and hope for the best. I'm not sure if it was a good decision, but I was able to turn McCleon kind of into a cornerback. A 23-year-old 6'4 corner. Obviously, he's 22 technically, but if we decide to put him at corner next year, could be a sick addition. We'll see. I'm not quite sure at this moment, but who knows? Maybe there'll be a safety in free agency or another good safety draft. I don't know. I kind of want to give him a little bit as a man as well, so we'll see. We'll see. So let's take a look at the post-upgrade roster. 99 almost for Geis. Rodgers 99 with his confidence. Daniels at 93. Purefoy still good at an 87. Reed at 98. O-line lowest one is 92 technically with Trent. Robertson did not do too great himself, but the rest of the linebackers are good. Safeties are actually pretty good, so we probably have the best DB core in the league. D-line's pretty solid as well. Great run-stopping D-line. 91 to 91. This is going to be an interesting one. This would be a tough one as well. I don't know if the Eagles would have made the playoffs. I doubt they would have, so honestly, I can't really think of who the hard NFC team would be besides us, honestly. Like, who would it be? Without the Eagles, we have the Falcons here, but they have no Julio or McKinley. I'm not sure. The Patriots went 15-1 on the other side. I would assume Brady's there, but you never know. Look at the run for the Falcons. I guess we're not a good run-stopping team. Start of the second quarter, we are down by 7. Now down by 10. Offense literally does nothing. Before half, though, it will be a 3-point deficit. Not the worst it could have been. And great long drive there. Defense holds up. We're up by 8 now, start of the fourth quarter. Falcons are still a tough team. It is all tied up now at 28. They're a tough team, even with their losses, so it's not like I'm, as shocked as with the big deficit with the Rams. Ugh. We hold them to 3. It's not bad. Come on, offense. Come on. 2nd and 2. I'm going to come out here. Actually, no, I'm going to let them play because they're probably going to kick a field goal. They do. 1 minute left. Are we going to choke this one away? And we do. Are you serious? Really, the best option would probably be some sort of screen. Let's go with a cross screen, I guess. Darius guys need to take this 74 yards with 2 seconds left. Chances of that are extremely low. Very slow out of the backfield is Geis, who does have some room. Could not truck him. Damn it. Well, back-to-back one-and-dones. Final season coming up. That is embarrassing. I mean, it's not embarrassing. The Falcons are actually a pretty good team. But let's take a look. Rodgers did not throw a pick. Matt Ryan did, so wasn't turnovers the problem. Running game for both teams was crazy. What a battle. Who was the longest? Yards after contact, they were better. 44 yards is our longest. 65 is theirs. Receiving, the highest receiving threat was Doxson. I forgot we traded our player to them. It's ironic. So that's not a lot of yards. Passing game was kind of bad for both teams. No sack totals. 1 pick was Wagner. 4 for 4 was their kicker. If he would have just missed 1 kick. But there's another one and done, even though it looked promising. Hopefully there's a team that I totally forgot about. But honestly, it's probably the worst side the NFC has been in any of these rebuilds. Look, we'd probably be the best. And we are the best. The Rams, you do the Vikings there. I guess they're not bad. Rams, of course, did beat us last season. So let's take a look at who wins it, because it sure as hell isn't going to be us. Deontay McCown has shot up draft boards with his 40 time, among the best in the wide receiver class. I should really change the auto scouting, turn that off. And we do. So I'm curious to see this guy. I don't really need him, though. Julio might be getting on the older side. Let's take a look. Julio, he's 30 years old, but unless he goes down even more, his stats are perfectly fine for me. Let's go to the offseason. Who wins the Super Bowl? So the Falcons did make it, so we did lose to the Super Bowl contender. Chargers, however, probably pull off the victory, and they do. They win by 10, so I mean, not crazy. I'm not too mad about it. Who is the signings we need? Quincy Enunwa, I'm all right with letting him go. Since it's not a realistic, I can let go of the kicker. We'll find a better option probably, or the exact same option, so I'm not too worried about that. We don't have to sign anyone, so year one was really bad for money, which is sucky because we actually had a couple of guys we probably could have kept. So we have free agency, and we could afford a couple of players. I really don't know who we would want. Let's take a look at this team. Maybe replace left tackle Trent, maybe, because he might be worth a lot. Not really getting paid too much, and he's still a top-tier player. Defense, maybe replace Zoe. We paid Zach, actually. I think, well, we paid Zach, but we didn't pay him that much, so could look for a new safety if maybe Keanu Neal is there. Definitely look to replace our Norman. Norman has definitely reached that point where he's not the best available, and he's probably a little expensive too. Let's take a look at his price. I guess not. I mean, I don't know what's going on here, but all these guys seem like they should be expensive, and they're just not. Delaney Walker is here. You have Mark Ingram, who usually doesn't get a contract offer, but he does here. We have a new guy. Who is this? Oh, that's a rookie. Kolten Miller, free agency, 97 overall. Not bad. Would I be willing to start him, though? I don't know. Well, pay him anyways. I would obviously be willing to start him. Nick Chubb could be a decent backup. P. Ryan's on our team, but Nick Chubb, we can get him for a decent price, could be worth the money. Don't know why anyone wouldn't be offering on him. We could use a backup, at least someone decent. Kerryon Johnson's here. Some decent players, actually, in this, like, lower overalls. You know, a lot of the youthful players from real life, the rookies. Guys that probably would not be let go, but they have. So safeties, I think we're fine, but cornerback, clearly a big issue. Early first rounder, Tevin Yates. I normally don't get these kind of players because they're very hard to get, but I think we're definitely going to make the trade up for this one. Maybe someone will want Bradley Parker more, which he'd have to be crazy to. Maybe a linebacker as well, that'd be a nice one. Holy crap, Jordan Robertson, insane. One of the best linebackers I've ever seen. Holy Jesus. I'm asking for a top 3 pick because we're going to go probably to number 1 for this this corner. The Broncos could use a corner, I would say. The cornerback we want, Tevin Yates, isn't even top. He's barely top 10. However, if it says the Broncos need a corner, we're not risking it. It doesn't say the Broncos need a cornerback, but I think they could use one. Cornerback. They need a QB as well. Chunk Kaiser. So Hundley's gone. Baker Mayfield's on the trade block. The Browns ruined that one again. I mean, the Buccaneers and... Ooh, actually, let's take a look at the Packers trade, because I'd be willing to risk it if it's worth it. Because I think moving from 2, like number 1 and number 2 have insane value. And then it starts to drop down a little bit, but we could probably get almost a first round for this. Maybe even a first round. We did. So even if they take the corner, I think it's worth it. And I knew they would take a different corner. Good job. I knew it was risky, but we take probably the best cornerback in this class, Tevin Yates. 96 speed. I did not reach EA. Absolutely did not. Normal dad, but insane. Should be our new number 2. Thank you. Middle linebackers there. Did not have to trade up, and we actually had a couple of surprise, well, not a couple, but a surprise trade down. Jordan Robertson, with his potentials, he should be a slow dev. Instead, he's normal, which, like I said, I thought he was the best middle linebacker prospect I've ever seen, and he's pretty close. I think the dev could have been better, which would have made him the best, but still a very insane pick. Very happy with that. Don't even need him, but he looks good enough. Might be a tight end backup. Who knows? Quick dev, 78 overall. Very good player, actually. Could be tight end. I'm not sure. I don't know what... I mean, Jordan Reed has done very well over the last few seasons for us, so even if this guy plays good at tight end, I don't think I would replace Jordan. So we grabbed a number 2 overall corner with very good salary for him because we obviously took him top 3. Robertson, new starting right outside linebacker. Jakari Hakeem, 6'4", 231 pounds, a little on the lighter side for a tight end, but could play backup. And then Hall, great backup lineman who could, because of the talent of the rest of the players, could end up getting a bunch of XP. Who knows? So here I'm probably only going to look at players that are really solid. Like Ramon Walton's a pretty damn good player. Then you have Malone, who is a superstar dev, pretty fun type player. But other than that, I'm not really interested. A lot of the guys are copy and paste. This guy's a really good corner in all fairness. Deon Robinson was surprisingly actually a lot better than I thought he was. Didn't need him though. Stamina's a little low actually, 84. I think that's low for a wide receiver, I would assume. Seems pretty bad to me. Deontay McCown, superstar dev, insane. I mean, I knew he was going to be good, but once again, we would have had nowhere to put him. Bad kick return, which kind of hurts him a tiny bit. An amazing receiver, though. Clearly worth the pick. He would probably have been the number 3, number 4 wide receiver drafted. Because, of course, I talked about him in the good sense. And, of course, he actually had pretty good combine grade. So a great player. I'm not mad that we missed him because, once again, unless we're going to replace Julio with a 5'9 receiver, I was not going to use him. I mean, both of our guys are 22. They're the same age as him, and they have, like, normal quick dev already. I think they both actually have quick, at least. Babanu, a nice little steal in the second. It's technically a first-rounder, though. Malik Cox. I'm Malik Cox. What the hell? Yay. Stop. Zabadi Horn, who's a trucking type back. Very slow. Kind of a Suggs type. Pellerin, an amazing quarterback pick for the Jags. Guys, has just enough speed, I think. Enough speed and excel. Bradley Parker, number 2 overall. Not a bad corner, but obviously ours beats him. Bernard Thomas, a really good safety here for the Panthers. Got probably the best pick you can get at number 22. And then Fisher Walton from the Ravens. A lot of great wide receivers in this class. But that will be the draft, last draft we do, and we are going to be moving on to the final season. Not really a whole lot to move around, to my knowledge. But yeah, do I want Purefoy as the number 1? I really don't care. I think we're going to keep it the way it is. Line is great, of course. Hall will be the backup across the front. And yeah, really nothing to trade. Didn't end up with Nick Chubb, which is kind of shocking. But I think he also did hit free agency, so there is that. Cornerbacks, of course, Yates will be our number 2. Norman, I suppose, will be our number 3. He'll stay on the team. And obviously Robertson will play... Actually, Robertson will probably play middle linebacker. Probably put Robertson in middle, Wagner right out. So what is McLeon as a corner? He's an 82 overall, so Yates, Desmond King... Norman is a 90 at free safety, which is a bit of a bump, but it drops our corners down quite a bit. So, I mean, I don't know if the number 3 matters that much, though. I think playing a 90 overall free safety is better than playing an 87 overall third corner. That's just my take. So I think that's the move. We do need another kicker every single season, pretty much. Could trade for Tucker if we really wanted to, but Tucker's really not done too well for me in the past. So running backs here is a very interesting story because Chubb is the better for future-wise, but is he much better? Nah, he's better. Is he much better than Lynch? And he definitely is. Sorry, Lynch. I really wanted to make an excuse, but I couldn't. You just ain't good enough. Rasheem Green, not a bad pick. If you wanted to pick him up. DJ Chark's a free agent here. Some really good names. I'm not really willing to put that kind of money on the team anymore, though. We don't need to spend that much for backups. Catanzaro is probably the best bet here, actually. Chandler Catanzaro it is. I mean, we pretty much know the lineup. I showed you guys the lineup. We just have to make sure we have enough depth on the team. I also forgot we got Gaiseki, so we really don't actually need... to move our guy at backup tight end. So Akeem is the number 4 for sure. We also could get rid of Pirine, but I'm not really worried about that. We're just going to sign a free fullback and a QB, and we're ready to go, I think. Rodgers back-to-back MVPs, and he's getting a little old now. He's a 95 overall base. It's all right, though. Not too worried. Decided to make one last-second move that I think is absolutely killer. Trading Robertson, Cunningham, and a second-round next year for Myles Garrett. 2 great young players for 1 great young player. And that's going to be a huge move. I wish it would auto-set McKinley at left end or just auto-set the 2 best players to start. I don't know why they would have, oh, well, let's just throw them off the team. Like, come on, team. Come on, game. So we have re-signings. Bobby Wagner, a 5-year deal at middle linebacker. I would love to give him that deal. I just cannot do it at this moment. Quentin Nelson, though, 7-year deal. Boom. Zach Martin 2.0 here. Darius Geis, 7-year deal. Boom. On the team forever. Aaron Rodgers, you know, can't boom until I'm ready to boom. I don't think he will get a contract yet. Maybe in the future. Doron Payne, let's knock him out for 7 years as well. Locking in some very good players for long-term deals. One guys that really haven't gotten a deal would be Bobby Wagner and Rodgers, and that's because of the old age. To the playoffs, are we in it? And Rodgers is the MVP for 3 straight years. This time the race is a little bit closer. We did go down 1 win, which is okay, I suppose. We lost 2 in the last 3, which is not good. Let's take a look at the Cowboys and Eagles. This one actually kind of makes more sense that I would have cheated because it was a lot closer. Of course, we did not. And the Giants, they get out 1 extra win, you know. They're getting better, kind of. Rodgers, even better season than before. Insane, actually. Darius Geis, a little bit worse than before. Touchdowns are okay, though. Receiving, all 3 receivers hit 1,000 plus. Purefoy still can't get double-digit TDs. Reed has been like 40 to 50 yards away from 1,000 yards receiving all 3 seasons. Double-digit touchdowns, though, which is definitely good. Blocking was even better than any of the other previous years. Defensive line, Myles Garrett was the lowest. Well, not the lowest, but he was lower than Doron Payne. 12.5 sacks for Payne, 12 for Garrett, 10.5 for McKinley. Picks, McLeon 5, so slow dev don't matter because now he's a superstar in the league. Gonzalo missed 4 of 20, which is not bad. Tresway has never looked back since getting regressed. Number 1 offense again, 3 straight years, I believe, of number 1 offense. Haven't been lower than number 1 for yards, but defensive haven't been better than 25, I think. Offensive player of the MVP was... Okay, so the Packers go with, I'm going to call it how it is, 3 straight different black quarterbacks. That is ridiculous. I don't know what it is. Packers regime, racist towards the white guys nowadays. I don't know what it is. Defensive player of the year was Jordan Robertson. Wow, that's interesting. Offensive rookie of the year, Keem, number 4, even though he really shouldn't have been that high. Receivers, Julio and Charlie Daniels, slightly below. We had a decent season. Didn't win as many awards as we usually do, but still obviously a very great season. Probably Coach of the Year with 5,700 XP. That's quite a bit. You go into Seahawks. XP, Purefoy did have a lot this time. So did Daniels. Hall did not have much. Defensively, Robertson, 50,000 XP. Doron Payne, 25. McLeon did really well. Even had 5 picks. Only got 5K XP. That's ridiculous. Oh, well. So, training, I think we're going to go QB because we could end up drafting one. Obviously, that would be something for a reload, but still. Just looking out for the future of this team. Of course, Robertson will become one of our best linebackers now. So, going against the Seahawks, do they really even stand a chance? Look at this team. 99 Julio, 96 Purefoy, 98 Daniels, 99 Chubb, 98 Rodgers. Obviously, all these guys kind of getting boosted from their chemistry or their confidence. Rodgers still, what is he, number 1 QB? Number 1 ranked QB in the league, technically. Offensive line, insane defense. Doron Payne's at 94, 95 overall. Defensive line, pass rushers are really good. DT number 2 is not super great. Cornerback 2, Yates is already just as good as Norman was as a corner, or would have been this season for us. Wagner, for some reason, isn't starting. So stupid, but now he's starting. So insane defense, even though we give up so many yards for some reason. I don't really know why. But let's go on and play the Seahawks. 93-89. We have yet to win a playoff game. If we can't win it with this team, the rebuild deserves to be over, I suppose. Up by 10 to start the second half. I mean, the Seahawks are a good team, and their name does carry them through usually. So, up by 10, start of the fourth quarter, and defense locks up. We are up by double their score. This should be a win. Looking good. Plus 20 on their score. We win the game by 16. 16 points. Got a pick at the end as well. Clutched up. A 16-point victory. 40-24. Rodgers threw 1 pick, but he was still pretty good. Russell threw 3 picks. Geis was insane. Yardage, number 1 yardage receiver was Jamison Crowder, ironically, on their team. Defense. Sack totals, only 1 combined for their team. Norman was great as a safety, though, this game. Insane, actually. Canzaro didn't miss a kick. Moving on to the championship game already. 1 win. First win of this rebuild. and it sends us to the championship game. We go against the Rams. They destroyed us once before. They can probably do it again. 94 to their 93. I thought we would have been higher overall than that by now. I mean, this team is pretty damn maxed. But here, later in the second, we did well. Up by 6. Locked them down in the second quarter. Can't do it here in the third. And once again, the starting of each half has been terrible for us. I mean, we're going to need to make some quick work here, and we do a pretty good job of it. Do we get the 2? We fail the 2, so we're down by 2 here. Very good fourth quarter start, but just like that, they're up by 9 now. Offense got to do its job, and they do. And penalty on the offense. We go for the extra point instead. Down by 2 again. And that might be the dagger. 80-yard touchdown for Todd Gurley. Offense doesn't want to give up, though. We're running the ball when we're down. Are you... I want to be on the field for the onside kick. No Super Bowls with this team. Are you serious? Unless we get this recovery, we're done. Oh, my Lord. Things have just happened. It's all about how many yards we can actually get along with it. Shallow cross. Who's it going to be? Jordan Reed. I mean, Mr. Dependable. He's getting old. Still dependable, though. Rodgers wearing number 16. Gross. Daniels gets it. Go down. I'm going to leave it to the kicker. I'm going to leave it to EA to decide this one. Mainly because I'd probably miss it if we didn't. He made it 43 to 42. An onside kick. Could you imagine pulling a Green Bay Packers right there in a 42 to 40 game? We win. Going to the Super Bowl. Rodgers threw for 456 yards. Damn. Todd Gurley did very well. Obviously, a lot of those yards do factor from the 80-yard run. Geis, once again, very good as usual. Julio Jones went off. Defensively, 2 picks for Robertson. Charlie Poole had 1 for them. McKinley had 1 pick, or 1 sack. And Catanzaro, are you serious? He missed 3 of 6 kicks. Oh my God. Can we just get a kicker? Like, we just don't have a kicker. We're like the Buccaneers. Ironic. We literally have no kicker that can be consistent. Don't know what the hell this team is. Going to the Super Bowl. Who's it going to be against? The Chargers or the Jags? The Ravens. Whew. What? They trying to give me an easy Super Bowl win? 9-7 Ravens. Lamar Jackson, he's a glitch, but 86 overall roster. I mean, this should be like a 60 to 10 game. We'll see if it is, but it definitely should be. 0 all. They do score 7 before we do. They're giving us a little bit more of a fight than we expected. Middle of the second here, and they're looking good on defense. Start of the second half, and we are down by 4, really. Come on. We are the better team with R in their name. That's us on offense, and we can't get anything done. 6 points is the lead. That is not enough. Defense is doing okay. The defense actually holds them and takes the ball away. This could be a Super Bowl win, and it is. The Ravens did one hell of a job to keep it close until like the 6-minute mark in the fourth. We win the Super Bowl with the Redskins, all set up by an insane onside kick. You'd probably be seeing that all after the Super Bowl. The coverage would be, remember when the Redskins almost choked it away? And actually, did we choke it away? We were down by like 10 the entire fourth quarter. We actually kind of clutched it. Lamar Jackson. Really want to see what their Lamar Jackson is like. Usually when I have him, he's like a 99 overall by this point. My guess would be he'd probably be like a 90. But I mean, hey, he took the Ravens to the Super Bowl. You usually don't see that. Is that a sign for real life, boys? Julio Jones wearing 81. 67 yards and a touchdown. Seems legit, you know? Seems legit. Be cool if there was an auto, like that would be one thing that I would like. You know, they always like to auto adjust my rosters and all this. Why don't they auto adjust numbers? You know, use common sense a little bit. Say, hey, some randomer has number 11. Let's give Julio Jones number 11. It'd be cool. It'd be kind of a, I don't know if they'd be able to do it, but just an auto number thing. It really doesn't matter because in a user league, obviously you're going to, or when you're actually playing the games, you're going to actually change the numbers. But hey, Super Bowl champion Redskins. There you go. Rodgers played technically worse than Lamar, I would say. Geis, another great game as usual. He doesn't play well in the regular season, but he's insane in the postseason, which is kind of crazy. You know, it's something you usually see the opposite of. Picks, 2 for Mosley, 1 for Yates. Canzaro made all his field goals this time. Not that it really mattered as much as last game. But either way, a Super Bowl win is a Super Bowl win, and that's an amazing way to cap off a rebuild, I think. Technically, rebuild success. We'll take it. Which also, if you guys didn't know, that is also technically the very last fantasy rebuild that we had on our list. So our regular rebuilds will finish next, Thursday, with the realistic rebuild of the Falcons. Of course, we'll be doing reloads on Sundays, maybe even Thursday and Sunday until Madden 19. So don't you worry about that one bit. Hope you guys enjoy this video. If you liked it, leave a like. Who knows? And yeah. Also, I normally don't mention it. I might actually have to start putting it in the beginning of the videos. I'm sorry, but YouTube is so bad these days. The notifications aren't always showing up. So to make sure that you do see my videos, make sure you are subbed. Make sure you click the little notification bell. You probably hear this all over YouTube, and you'd probably be like, no, YouTube's got him too. I have to, man. I have to. YouTube's trying to keep a brother down, even though I'm a white guy, so it almost comes off racist. But hey, EA, it's your fault too. I don't know why. It's just somehow EA's fault as well. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comment section. But yeah, hope you come back for the next video. But until next video,